Hi, today's good person to know is Rufus Radcliffe. He's Group Marketing and Research Director at ITV. And Rufus took part in a Q&A session into their rebranding strategy, and he explained what they did and how they did it. The whole rebranding process took 12 months from planning and development, and Rufus headed the team, and he set up a pop-up studio so they could be totally focused and pulled in internal and external resources so they could brainstorm every conceivable idea. They were encouraged to be as explorative as possible, and nothing was ruled out. Senior management supported the rebranding initiative because it come to a point where their brand was no longer connecting with the content. And although ITV is a popular mainstream family channel, their visual identity was somewhat outdated. Rufus said it was about reconnecting the brand to their content, and he's certainly done that in a way no other channel currently does. The colours in their logo reflect the theme and colours of the content they show, and so you never get bored of it, seeing it over and over again. Not only is it quite ingenious, but that's the true essence of branding. This video is particularly useful for anyone wanting to know how to rebrand themselves, their product, their services, their business, just about anything, and how to do it in a way that generates the best results. So I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for watching.
We thought perhaps it was time for a makeover. For starters, we're dropping the one. From now on, it's just ITV. We think this makes sense because that's what most of you call it anyway. We show loads of different types of programmes, so picking one colour for the logo was never going to be easy. So we decided that a multicolour logo was right for us. We've even developed a clever little trick called colour picking. It makes the colours of the logo change to reflect the mood and tone of our programmes. It's quite nifty because it makes every logo unique. We didn't want to leave our other channels out, so they got a whole new look too, making it much clearer to understand what each channel has to offer. We even got kids to help create our monsters. So, that's the whole shebang. We hope you like it, and even though we look a bit different, all of your favourite shows are still here.
In a world where everything is fragmenting at a massively rapid pace, if you're not connecting with the brand as well as the content, then you're going to be in a difficult place. ITV is a big populist mainstream family brand, and what we've articulated ITV as is to be at the heart of popular culture, and that was a new articulation of the brand that we have, and that was the kind of overall positioning that led to the new visual identity. There are hundreds and hundreds of channels out there, and it is always, as soon as you think that people understand your portfolio of channels and how it fits together, something else will come along, you'll lose your way, so we're never complacent about that. We've launched 2 new channels this year. For the first time in almost 10 years, we've launched a paid channel called ITV Encore, and a lifestyle and entertainment channel called ITVB. What we did is we worked in quite an unusual way, actually. We created a new way of working. We created a pop-up studio. Got some brilliant internal people, some brilliant external people, fused them all together as one. Because there was this kind of wonderful living, breathing studio, we could kind of take people down for visits there, show them the iterations of the work, show them how it was evolving, rather than going into very formal set-piece meetings with kind of 100 PowerPoint slides, making it feel that everyone was part of what we were doing. It allowed everyone to be kind of isolated from the sort of ongoing pressures of the project, and it also allowed them to be really focused on that and not focused on anything else. There was a very formal brief, very specific kind of way we were structuring the project and key milestones and all of that sort of stuff. But the first couple of months, we wanted people to go and explore and be free with creative expressions and how to do it all. It's really important not to kind of concertina that period, because I think if you try and narrow it down too quickly, then I think you'll come unstuck. Definitely a kind of defined period where we wanted everyone to think incredibly laterally and differently about everything. You obviously have to get buy-in from the CEO and from the board, and they were incredibly supportive, actually. But I think that's because everyone recognised that we didn't have a tremendous amount of equity in our previous identity, so we weren't looking to build on something that people were tremendously fond of. We did kind of small breakout workshops with everyone there, explaining why we're doing it and what we want to do. Then we unveiled it to all of the company in a series of roadshows, and the whole company had seen it, understood it, got the rationale for it before anything had gone out to the press. There comes a point where you have to say, we think this is the right solution and this is the reason why, and that certainly was the case when you were extending it to kind of the senior leadership team and the whole of ITV. We know this is the right solution, we're really confident in it, we've done loads of research, we know it's brilliant, tin hats, and then when you launch it and you get criticism, it's like someone criticising your baby and you feel very sensitive about it. But I think, you know, that is just life. That is rebranding in a social media age. People don't comment on stuff if they don't care. And, you know, ITV is part of the kind of, you know, is part of British life. You know, it's a cultural institution, so everyone's going to have a point of view on it. But we also knew it would die down really quickly, and it did, because I think the other thing is that when you see it in its rawest form, you don't understand what it can do, how it can colour pick, all the different iterations, how it's going to work online, how it had transformed our offices. The other point we were making about the rebrand was it wasn't just a logo change. We were very keen to market the brand in new and different ways. So we undertook a lot of, rather than just a series of programme advertising, we were also advertising the ITV brand and key ITV genres in a way that we'd never done before. A huge push around our drama output, for example. So it was called ITV Where Drama Lives, and we created a kind of house of drama with characters from the past and present there. We have lots of metrics of success and metrics of failure, and obviously channel performance is really, really important, but we also now track brand health and brand love, and those are metrics that are reported to the board now in a way that they weren't before. We are now the most loved commercial brand. That's really important for us, and I think that shows that ITV is coming front and centre. We had very simple research that had a disconnect between the amount of people who were watching ITV and the amount of people who loved ITV versus our competitors. It was all about transforming ITV into a loved brand for our viewers and for our customers, and so strip away all the emotion and get down to numbers, and that makes it easier.
Did you enjoy Rufus's video? I certainly did. I thought it was so insightful. It's always nice to know how other people are doing it so that you know if you're on the right track. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos. Thanks again.